Hey guys, so welcome back. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I have to do some DIY stuff. I picked up a new truck so I can haul the kayaks a little bit easier, because what I've been having to do, I've been having to use this trailer that's a fold-up trailer to bring my kayaks out through this gate, down the alleyway, and it is a pain. This thing is extremely heavy. I have to raise it up vertical, get it through the gate, and then take it all the way down the alley and then hook it up to the truck. Then I have to come back and grab these two kayaks, which are Native Slayer Max 12.5s. So both of these are identical. The green one is my wife's kayak and the orange one is mine. And so these things are not light. I needed something a little bit easier for me to carry the kayaks. And so with the pickup truck now, I had to figure out a way to where I could get both kayaks on the bed of my truck. So I came up with a solution. Actually, this is not my solution. I found this on another YouTuber's page. I'm gonna put a link to his YouTube channel in the description, so that way you can go check out the original video of where I got this idea. Why do I do this? I always give credit where credit is due. I didn't come up with this original idea, so I wanted to make sure you know, he's getting some views as well. All right guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is the width of the rack. I want that to be 36 inches wide, because that doesn't span the width of my bed of my truck, but I want to keep in account that these will be 36, but then you have to add in the width of each one of these. So when I put this in the bed of the truck and the rack goes here to 36 inches, you have another couple of inches here on both sides. So I'm taking that into consideration, so that way I'm not making this too wide. So I've already measured out my 36 inches. I'm gonna mark it here, and I'm gonna make two of these because I only need two, as you see in this image here, to be the width. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure the other one, 36 inches as well. So now I have my two width measured at 36 inches. So the next one is going to be 48 inches long, and that's going to be from the tailgate of my truck until moving back towards the window. And so I want this 48 inches because I want it nice and long, but I don't want it to extend all the way to the window, because it adds for support to have the joint here. So I'm going to measure out the 48 inches here on both of these. So now I have this gap from here to here that are extra, so I'm going to use those on the end of the rack closest to the window, because there's going to be a gap there. Now that I have those measured, I need to measure two more, because I need four 48-inch PVC, two for the bottom, two for the top. So I'm gonna use this one here as the one that I'm gonna do two 48-inch ones out of this one. All right guys, so now that I have all the pieces together, just to test them out, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use primer and some glue to cement everything together. The only thing that I'm not going to make permanent is the top part. This top bar that goes across here on both sides, I am not going to make that permanent. I'm not going to glue that. And the reason why is because this part right here sits above the bed of my truck. I want to be able to fold my bed cover back, and if this protrudes over top, I won't be able to close it. So I'm gonna have to take this off and just slide it in but I want everything else glued together permanently. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to bore you with it. Many of you know how to already prime and glue things together, but these are the ones that I'm using. So okay guys, so this is how it looks without my kayaks in there. As you can see, way I was explaining, I had the extra pieces here and in the back, and those are for extra support. So I had the short ends up here. These I believe are like 8 to 10 inches, and then whatever I had left is what I used up there. So it could be whatever, but this being 36 inches wide, my kayak is 34 inches wide, so it gives me a couple inches, but it makes it snug so my kayak can fit in there. When I was explaining about having 4 48-inch sections, what I failed to mention was that I cut 2 of those in half. And the reason why is because each one of these is 24 inches long. So that's where the other 2 48-inch sections come from. So I added them there. But this is what it looks like without the kayaks in, and it does not rock whatsoever. And then the other thing, the reason why I said I did not glue this section here is because, so this section is glued, everything else is glued, just not this here. So that way I can take this off, both of these sections off. I can slide it inside the truck, and when I do the same thing to this one, I can slide it in and then I can close my cover and lock it down. If I don't, what happens is this sits up this much higher than the bed of my truck and I can't lock it. And so there's some places that I go that I just want to lock everything up inside the bed of my truck. All right guys, so as you can see, my wife and I are back from our recent trip, and we did use the rack that I made. So drove 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back on the highway, and this thing did not move. So I did not use the PVC additional portion on the way back because what I figured out was sliding the rack back further on the bed of my truck actually gave it more support in the back, so we didn't really need it. So as you can see here, it's good to go. It does have clearing space up in the front. The one thing I will do is I need to have something on my cover to protect it a little bit more, but other than that guys, you can see my truck actually has these additional hooks so I can hook the ratchet in, and they adjust, they slide up and down. I didn't use this one, but it just turns. So it just turns, and then I can pull it and slide it and adjust it up. And so that's what I did with the one in the front. I actually used the mounted hook eye for this one. Used here on the tailgate, and then on this side did the same thing. So adjusted those in there to tie them down. I do use ratchet straps. Some people don't use ratchets. I do, and when I feel the first bit of tension, I stop ratcheting. And then for my bed extender, it has the holes, and I have my bottom kayak here. So as you can see guys, this thing is pretty stable for both of them. It worked. I had no issues there and back. The kayaks weren't too hard getting them in the truck. All right, guys, so I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you need any more information about it, just contact me. Hit me up in this video in the comments below. I'll get back with you to give you some more details on it. Any things that, any questions that you guys have. All right, so this is my DIY truck rack to haul 2 kayaks, and it worked really well. Had no issues on the highway, so we're going to continue to use this to be able to take both kayaks. We don't have to bring that trailer around anymore, so I really enjoy that. If you did enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. If you've never subscribed before, please consider subscribing. All right, guys, until next video, remember, God loves you, God bless you, may He keep you. Peace.